hope I have done everything right. It will turn out soon. But the paper is still too wet now. It needs to dry. That's it. And now, let's leave it to dry a little. That's it. And now, let's leave it to dry a little. A copy frame, an essential instrument for turning the negative into a positive photo on paper. Yes, I think it is dry enough now. Yes, I think it is dry enough now. Perfect. Quite good. And I have no experience in photography. Now it's only fixing the photo so that the picture does not disappear from the paper before it fills its important role in the evidence procedure. ready. Really good. I still have to dry it a bit. That's it. And now, let's leave it to dry a little. Here is the evidence that will prove everything. It is time to hand it over to Miss Diaz-Palencia. Dear Miss Diaz-Palencia, well, I believe I have managed to unearth the evidence from the darkness, and now, like a djinn, it will work just for us.
Wonderful, Professor. And what is it?
A photo that proves that the sword from Mr. Alonso's palace is in the possession of Pablo Arriaga, the art dealer.
Arriaga? So he was the thief?
Either him or someone he hired. We cannot know this for sure yet. However, now that's not important. The most important thing is that Francisco be released before it's too late. And I need your help in this, miss.
My help? Well, as you know, I would do anything, dear Professor.
Right. Please take this photo to Sergeant Reollos and let him know that you have the negative. It is possible he will think that if he tears up the photo, the evidence against the dealer is lost.
Do you think the sergeant is so evil?
I am not sure, but at the same time, I don't know whether there are any agreements between him and Alonso Garcia de la Rica.
And why aren't you taking the photo, Professor?
Because it would be difficult to explain why I got involved in this case as an outsider, and also as an unknown foreigner.
I see. And you? What will you do?
You know, I have a feeling that there are still some clues to follow, some undiscovered details that I have to go after. So please, when you and Francisco are done with the police procedure, wait for me at Isabel Candelas's. I'll be with you too as soon as I am done.
As you wish, Professor.
Oh, but this is Dorothy. Of course, at the time she was only interested in art. Just as I suspected, the sewer system. This is ugly even in the most beautiful cities. The devoted members of different Sun could only have left this way. see. Where have I seen this sign before? The noises of life can be heard from above. A pretty courtyard with a fountain and a bird. Perhaps the sound of a parrot. What a strange lock. Somebody broke the wall there. Perhaps I've come to the right place. So, this is the place where only a different sun could shine. Strange little key. It must have been exciting to learn the forbidden science. Ah, so that dear WK was ahead of me here again. Gradually, nothing surprises me. Let's see what he demands from me for the next drop of truth. What a rarity! This chest is locked. I can't do that when Father Perez is here. I must find a way.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, stranger. Have you got some money? Or at least something to eat? I am happy to play your tune in exchange.
Domingo, I'd like you to do me a favor.
Do you want to hear some old Spanish songs again?
No, it's something else this time. Could you make a phone call?
Make a phone call? Why don't you make it?
You will need your discretion.
Aha! Something mysterious. Well, in that case, you can't buy me with biscuits.
Can't I?
No. If I have to make a phone call, then I need 50 pesetas to make the call. And 50 pesetas to keep me from getting scared. And so I can wet my dumbstruck mouth. You understand, don't you, sir?
Of course, of course. Here you are, Domingo. Here's the money you've asked for.
Nice to see such a sum all at once.
And listen now. You go into the restaurant and call the police station.
Do I have to talk to Riollos? Are you crazy?
Call him using a false voice and put a handkerchief over the mouthpiece. Say you are calling from the Santa Clara Hospital in Madrid. You are a nurse, and a man by the name of Fernando asked you to call the Reverend Perez, Fernando's good friend. Insist on Riollos calling the Reverend to the phone.
I say you are even mixing the priest into things. This 100 is not such a generous offer.
I know very well that it is quite generous. But listen, once the priest is on the line, tell him Fernando is very weak and asks Father Perez to immediately send him the rosary that always gives him hope. Do you understand?
Yes, the rosary, I understand. But why?
It doesn't matter now. A nurse does not have to understand everything. And one more thing, don't do it now. In half an hour, I myself will also be in the church. I would like to witness your well-paid work.
All right, I won't cheat you. Don't worry. Then in half an hour, there will be a phone call at the police station. What a rascal you are, stranger. You've just barely arrived in the city, and you're already turning it upside down.
Watch your mouth, Domingo.
All right. It's none of my business. Bye.
Sometimes one finds the solution in the dust.
Ah, Professor, I am happy to see you again. You have asked me so many questions, and I haven't been able to ask you anything. And I'm curious, what brings you here?
Oh, Father, very kind of you to be interested. You know, I am on a world tour, the stops of which I myself don't know.
How come? I wouldn't have guessed you were leading such a bohemian life, Professor.
Well, my travels are not aimless. I am like a hound who follows a trail and doesn't exactly know where it will lead. It only sees the aim. Things have to be followed to the end. Then, of course, sometimes I feel like only a figure on a game board, not in control of my own steps.
Like all of us, Mr. Hunt. Our Lord up there...
Come, Father Perez, come quickly! You are wanted on a phone call from Madrid!
From Madrid?
Yes! Hurry up! From the Santa Clara Hospital! Someone is asking you to immediately send a rosary!
Oh, my dear God! Fernando, I'm coming, but...
Go, Father, and take that rosary. We will continue our conversation later.
See you later, Professor.
So here is the perpetual source of secret teachings. Let's have a look around. Look at this. Real book rarities. That is really interesting. What kind of gadget is this? Some kind of telescope? A lock that holds the two halves of the gadget together. It won't open. This is really interesting. A kaleidoscope. Dazzling. But something tells me this kaleidoscope is more than just a kaleidoscope. Six vowels. Do I find different colourful pictures in each of them? Well, upstairs it must be only the dove's nest. This is only one of the solution's variations. There is another one. This is it. The lock on the gadget has released. The kaleidoscope has opened up. Let's see what the mysterious WK has hidden here for me. Just as I suspected, the fourth page from the John Gillam Codex. Ah, so I was right. The masterpiece by Juan Candelas has been lying here for many long years.
Professor. So good to see you. I am so worried. I don't know what to do.
Worried? I thought you'd be happy since your son will be home again.
Of course I am happy. I've heard the news that the real thief was found with your help, and no one doubts Francisco's innocence anymore. They will send my son home, perhaps any moment now.
So what's worrying you?
Exactly that. What if he comes home?
But that was your greatest wish.
What if he comes home and that precious game board is missing?
I beg your pardon?
Yes. You know, my son sent a message that once he gets out, he will definitely need the board his father hid so well back in the old days. It's an exquisite, precious box, the work of the Blade Master, and part of age-old family tradition. I always respected the piece, although I am uncertain of exactly what kind of tradition it comes from. That has always been only the men's business. But you know, Professor, need is often stronger than tradition. The house was so damaged during the winter, I had to renovate some parts of it. My poor son Francisco was working day and night, but the money he made was only enough to make a living. Then I made a decision. I searched for that beautiful old box and pawned it.
You pawned the Albuquerque board? And of course Francisco knew nothing about it.
That's right. It happened in secret. I told him I put together all my savings and used it to pay for the roof.
And can you get it back now? Who did you sell it to?
That corrupt Arriaga.
Arriaga? I say, I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, yes, buying it back is not the problem. I managed to borrow some money from a relative in the afternoon, so I have the money, but there's no one to sell the box back to me.
Because Arriaga has been arrested? Come, that can't be a problem.
Right, that wouldn't be a problem, but Pablo Arriaga has not been arrested.
Did he escape? Madam Isabel, can you tell me what happened?
Of course. It started out when the inspectors arrived from Madrid. Dear Carmen brought in the thief's picture just in time. If the inspectors hadn't been there, that Reollos would still be wondering what to do. They headed immediately for the antique shop. This criminal, however, must have sensed something, because he packed up a bag full of expensive goods from his shop at the last second, including our precious game box, and got away. He simply knocked out Gaspar, his apprentice, so there would be no one to witness his escape.
And the police couldn't catch him. Is there a back door to the house?
There is a back door, and of course a police officer was posted there, but no one saw Arriaga leave. He simply disappeared.
Disappeared?
Disappeared. They searched the whole house and found no trace. Gaspar is a big, strong man and recovered quickly from the blow, and he saw his boss escaping towards the courtyard with the fountain.
What did you say? Is there a courtyard with a fountain in Arriaga's house? And does he happen to have a parrot?
He does. Ricardo. Or rather, he used to have one. He used to keep it in the shop, but I haven't heard its voice for a while. Maybe it has died since.
No. I believe that bird is very much alive. And how about Francisco, Madame Isabel?
The inspector promised he would be released, but the police are keeping him while Gaspar and the maids are questioned. Carmen is with him. They will soon come home. And then, what happens when he finds out the game board is missing?
Well, that game board is really important. It is more precious than you know, Isabel, and not only for your son.
Do you have any idea how to find it, Professor Hant? You are such a clever man.
I do. I really must figure out a clever way. I do have a hunch, but I will need some tools.
Look, here, take this key. It's the key to my husband's smith's workshop. You may go in freely and find a suitable tool for yourself. There are all kinds of tools there. It may help.
Oh, thank you. It may help indeed. Let's go. Rest assured, madam, I'll do what I can.